I'm riding a road train called Lazy Lady, 180 feet of truck and trailer. We're 200 miles south of Darwin and about to witness a unique phenomenon. The only set of traffic lights for 1,000 miles. My driver, Scotty, drops me off in the town of Catherine. I'll be seeing him later, but first there's business to do. Catherine is a small, bustling oasis in the middle of a vast, empty land. I have an appointment here with someone who'll show me the country. His name is Peter Trembath, and he's a vet. He operates out of the local airport. Well, Mudpatch. Peter flies his own aircraft. Up here, it's almost as common as driving a car. We head out over the Catherine Gorge.
How wide an area do you cover?
All over there.
So,
1,000 k's across, I suppose.
Right.
But it's pretty sparsely populated. I mean, there'd only be, including Catherine Town, there'd be maybe 15,000 people. Maximum in the whole area, maybe 20,000. Really pushing it. I don't know if they really know.
Are there a lot of people who come out here because they want to be, you know, they want to really get away from cities, they want to live an independent life?
I think they come out here because they want to get away from the law. Either that, or they want to get away from their wife, or some broken business, or, you know.
Our first stop is Coolibah Airstrip. It's green and muddy. A reminder that the top end of Australia is in the tropics, and they call this season the wet.
Tell them we've got bars on the ground, Coolibah, the strip's okay.
We're here to see a farmer called Bluey Pugh, or more specifically, Bluey's dear little animals. Bluey farms crocodiles, mainly for the French market. You could be looking at next year's Gucci or Cardin handbags. He also risks life and limb to collect crocodile eggs from outlying swamps.
They just poke their nose out.
Yeah. Wow. Amazing. Ooh. Ah. It's alien. One. Wow.
He's gone.
Still bite you?
Yeah, but
Give you a... What have I got to do?
get him out.
God.
Anyway,
Get him out. He's going, well,
take a digit
there we
at
go.
any moment.
I just want to...
You're a father.
I'm not going
Does
to do
it
this. I'm
feel-
a father. Honey, it's a crocodile. Is it a boy or a girl? I don't know yet. It's still in the egg. Woo! That is just incredible. That is amazing. It's going to be all right. You're going to be all right. The wonderful world of handbags beckons for you. Come on. There you go. There it goes. Ah. Oh, look at that. Well, I never. Comes out with the jaws open, I notice, straight away. Comes out fighting. Go on.
Able to defend themselves
Go on,
from
down
day
you
one,
go.
yeah.
Where do you want to put it?
Oh, just stick them up in here.
Okay.
Well, you're good at this, I can see.
Bluey, how long do they take to hatch? What's the incubation period?
At 85 days.
85 days.
Yeah. A lot depends on the nest
Go around the
temperature.
world in that time.
Yeah, that's right.
Or less.
It's a family business. Bluey's wife helps out, and he's probably hoping that Rainey, his daughter, will too.
Now you're right.
They're not quite so terrifying when they're...
Somehow I can't see her as a crocodile farmer.
Woo, ah, whoa, whoa, that was a good one, eh? Oh,
Grab him.
come on, I've got him.
Oh, you've
I've
done
got him.
well.
Oh, look, I've got him.
Into the basket.
Look, I just want that on camera that I'm holding a crocodile. I've held a crocodile now for more than 5 seconds.
I wouldn't touch this one. He's a 70-year-old breeding crocodile called Mumbles. Bluey's been kind enough to let me feed him some brumby, that is, wild horse meat. Trouble is, will he know where the horse meat ends and my arm begins?
He doesn't seem to love you much.
No, you obviously can... Hang on, mate.
There you go.
I have nothing to
You've
say.
got a belch.
I have nothing to say apart from asking him to eat all that with no teeth.
I don't know, he
Just
can
goes
give you a
down
nasty suck, you know.
The real reason we're here is because another of Bluey's breeding crocodiles is feeling a little off colour. He's not keen to come to the surgery either.
You could get eaten here.
Bluey takes no risks. A weapon changes hands.
Thank you.
Right.
Bluey's worried about an abscess on the crocodile's snout. It's affecting his breeding potential.
Grab him now, Patrick. Jump on him. Grab his legs. Where's my telecom rope?
Off the top of the fence.
Peter prepares to cut away the diseased tissue. Not as radical as it sounds. The croc's snout is devoid of sensation. The flesh no longer has any feeling.
You sort of have to look after him a
Yeah,
bit and
so
mother
this
him
is-
along.
This is a breeder, so he's worth of it.
Yeah.
You put a figure on it, how much it might be worth?
He's not worth as much as we are. I'll just trim him up a bit, I think.
What does that mean? Just take some of this.
Take the bits off and let it heal up a bit better.
Yeah. Ooh. Do you think that hurts as much as it looks as though it hurts? Or...
Now, a lot of that's desensitised. It goes dead when they get damaged like that. So he's actually cut in there.
That's how I reckon he can't submerge.
You ever been frightened by a crocodile, Louis?
Do I get frightened?
Ever?
Oh, yeah. It's what keeps me alive. Fear.
A quarter of the population of the Northern Territory is Aboriginal. In the last 20 years, land rights acts have given them large and potentially rich areas of influence. Next on Peter's rounds is a 300-mile hop to the Aboriginal settlement of Manyalaluk.
We better get into it.
Yeah, right.
Peter's here for routine veterinary work, spaying, spraying, delousing, worming, and giving a jab to anything that moves. All creatures, great and small, are pleased to see him. I asked Peter and his assistant Trish if they're ever bitten.
Do you want to see the scar?
How many dogs are there, Peter? There's more dogs than people in there. How many? Oh, yeah. Maybe about 200-300. 200-300.
Dogs are important to the Aboriginals. They still use them to hunt porcupine, snake, even kangaroo. The diseases the dogs get can easily be passed on to humans.
The short ones grab you by the ankle, and the tall ones grab you by the...
Oh, yeah. Just craziest dog clinic I've ever seen.
You ever needled a dog, Mike?
No, I've never needled a dog, Peter. Why would I? There's not much call for it in my work, but
You've got to be a bit like a javelin thrower.
jab it in a bit hard. Experts. Years of practice.
Righto, now that one, we'll give it another 15 minutes, thank you.
15 minutes after the jab, then
Then we do the operation.
and then when do they come round? How long is it before they come round?
We've got a rabbit, right, hour.
Yeah,
Hour or so.
we'll be gone by then.
Righto,
Come
got a
round and
rabbit.
find you've no balls.
Got a rabbit, got a rabbit.
Do you encourage them to be castrated and spayed? Yeah.
Oh, you should have seen this place when we used to come in. I mean, it's just a mess.
Right, just dogs everywhere.
Dogs are much better now.
I know it's all in a day's work for Peter, but I find myself affected by near-terminal squeamishness.
If you're going to faint, find somewhere nice and soft.
Faint now where these dogs are.
Yeah, that's right. If you faint, you'll die.
So you reckon the dog population here now is much less than it used to be as a result of this?
Yeah, they're much healthier.
Is there any resistance to having them cut, Peter? The owners don't mind?
As Peter's handiwork takes effect, a post-operative calm descends over the village. It's been a traumatic time for all of us. I know just how this dog feels. I rejoin Lazy Lady for the long haul south from Catherine to Alice Springs, the 700-mile commute she makes 2 or 3 times a week. Scotty's been driving the Stuart Highway for 7 years. He likes to relieve the tedium with a good book. As we head for the bone-dry heart of Australia, what better than a tale of the sea?
The gunnery officer looked down at the gun-ready lights. He looked through his glasses with the pointer fixed upon the silhouette of the Bismarck. "Fire," he said. Then came the incredible roar and concussion of the salvo. A hit! A hit! At the second salvo! I told you the old Rodney would do it. Bismarck lay a shattered, burning, sinking hulk as Dorsetshire approached. Bismarck rolled over and sank, leaving the surface covered with debris and struggling men.
Alice was the wife of the superintendent of telegraphs. These springs were the site of a vital connection her husband built for the telegraph line in 1872. It reduced contact time between Australia and London from 3 months to 7 hours. The town was once supplied by camel trains. When real trains came along, the camels were released into the wild. Now they're trying to find them again for zoos, game parks and breeding. This is camel country. I'm driving deep into the heart of it, to a remote outback station called Kings Creek. Here I meet Ian Conway and his team of jackaroos, men and a woman who capture wild camels. Tomorrow they'll show me how it's done. Tonight, like any other swag man, I'll camp out beside the fire.
Now, are there any dangers about sleeping out here under the stars?
Definitely.
Snakes?
Don't
dingo?
sleep with your mouth open. Because
Well, I
dingoes
won't know,
come
will
along.
I?
If you've got a salty mouth in the morning, you know what the dingo's done.
Yes, I don't want endanger any wildlife.
Snakes
Idyllic out there.
It's fairly deadly. I wouldn't camp out here anyway.
Where do you pitch your 4-poster then?
I've got an air-conditioned room back there.
The night passes comfortably under cool, clear skies. I wake to a wonderful smell hanging in the desert air. Breakfast. Full English breakfast. Cooked the Australian way, of course. I've had some strange dreams about camel mustering, but I've a feeling none of them will be stranger than reality. I'm right. As soon as the spotter helicopter moves the herd towards us, I'm in a world which nothing I've ever experienced has prepared me for. I'm also clinging for dear life onto the back of Ian's 4-wheel drive with a Dane called Gunnar. I'd only asked Ian if I could watch.
I'm going to get ready for this now.
Now I know Ian won't be happy until I've lassoed a camel. It looks easy, but it's their terrain, not ours. The camels toy with us, knowing just when to turn, when to stop, when to slow, and when to lead us off into the trees again. After a while, lassoing seems a complete irrelevance. All my energy goes into staying on board. A choking cloud of dust rises around me. The camel stops, twists and turns away again. My ribs crack the bar as Ian stands first on the brake, then the accelerator. Eventually, we're lucky. Well, he's lucky. I've missed it again. We've got a camel. Now we've got to persuade it to come quietly.
Now go around it.
Well, shall I take this?
Yeah, you can hang on to that, mate.
Oh, right.
Pull on her. Pull on her now. Pull on her.
Thorns all over from the bushes.
Pull on her. Pull it hard, that rope. Go back around more, wait. Grab it more. Now you can buckle. Yeah.
Can it sit on her?
Yep.
Oh my God. I tell you, I've never done anything like that in my whole life. In all these damn fool series, I've never done anything as... Oh, bloody thing in my life. Christ. So they go on about the adrenaline high.
Here you go, mate.
I got it now.
Just as I'm wondering if I can go home, Ian spots another prospect, and we're into action again.
Righto, Michael! She's yours! All yours, mate! All yours! All yours! Right, now, go! You got him! You got him! Fantastic! Sorry. Sorry.
The whole process of roping is messy and undignified, but we see no camels hurt. Apart from anything else, Ian knows that the better he can look after them, the better the price. I don't think he's quite so worried about me.
You've done a wonderful job. Tell you what,
You did a wonderful job.
It was a good job you
Didn't
picked
stand
this
much.
one out of the herd, you know, otherwise we would never have had this. Look how docile it is. You wouldn't think that she'd just come out of a wild herd. You could just about give her a kiss. Only things you've got to watch for these camels is they suck very hard.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to get too close to that little one. She's got a lovely face, a sort of tolerant, kind
She's-
of patient.
She's quite
I feel I want to apologise.
happy sitting there. Yeah, well, why
Sorry,
don't
old girl.
you? No.
Sorry, just... There you are. Lovely.
From here, the camels will go to Ian's farm for a few weeks pampering, and then they, like me, will have to move on. Ironically, their memory is kept alive by one of the railway trains that made them redundant. It's called the Ghan, after the Afghan camels and their drivers who helped build the first railway line across the desert. The overnight ride to Adelaide gives me a chance to rest my bumps and bruises in comfort, and to meet others with even worse problems.
Good health. I hope the rest of your journey is safe. You don't break the other arm.
Yeah, I hope so.
Adelaide is 900 miles from Alice and a very different lady. Unlike Sydney, Adelaide was never a convict colony. Its wealth, like its respectability, was acquired slowly and soberly. It's just what I need. A quiet day or two in a good hotel. A book, a drink, a chance to recover from too many nights in the bush. But it is not to be. My arrival has coincided with one of the biggest social events of Adelaide's year, the Desperate and Dateless Ball. The rules of the event are simple. Participants must be under 40, wearing evening dress, and desperate for a date. They come here as singles and leave as couples. I find a seat and keep my head down. Around me, the lobby is filled with the human cost of computer dating. Hundreds of people looking for a sign of recognition from hundreds of other people. My hotel is only the place where the couples meet. The ball, fortunately, is a cab ride away. Just as peace is beginning to descend, I receive a strange proposition. I'm overage, underdressed and badly bruised, but, well, what can a gentleman do?
I'm feeling desperate. I got the feeling I've got no date.
We're getting on so well, I think we might go on a camel mustering holiday.
I need a name. Desperate and dateless, lonely and nameless.
Over there, there's my date. Oh, look, I'm sorry.
Lonely and nameless, singing about a single name.
Not to worry, my book's getting rather exciting. Just outside Adelaide, they have the world's only cow race. At least it's a chance to get away from camels. For a moment, my heart freezes, but we're soon into the serious business, which has brought all these people to the little farming community of Mount Compass.
With plenty of raffles down there utterly good and could come with a rush. Well, that says it all, doesn't it? 125, got to be careful with the flies and the sneezing.
Before you can race a cow, you have to buy the right to ride it. And that means an auction.
130 a bid at $130. It's down here now. 135. Bidding 40. 140 bid 5. 50. 150 now. $150 5. Done. At 155. Waiting now at 155.60. 160 a bid. $160 he owed on 5. 165.70. Waiting now, you're finished. I've got it on the right at $170 going once. 5. Done all done in. Sold. This strange gentleman here, I don't know his name, but you've got it, so I'm not putting up with any more of this. Come on. Come on down.
I'll explain later.
Not sure of your name, but
it's just
that was a very good bid. Thank you very much. Come on down, sir. Well bought.
Thanks to a heavy cold and $175, I've bought the right to ride my very own cow.
Just take it easy.
Come on.
She's called Utterly Yours. I do my best to encourage some pre-race bonding.
Yeah, I think it is, mate.
Others don't seem to have bothered.
Hello. Them are right. Them right, gee, they're not going to get on. And that's darn Maxie Wilker. Running there, what's she doing in the race? Freezer Lass is coming on.
Utterly Yours does everything I ask of her, except move.
We got Reliable here. Reliable right alongside the commentary stand, and it's on.
The Utterly Yours team decides on a more long-term strategy, mainly involving staying on the cow.
There's no rider on Diana. There's Diana going down there towards. There's no rider.
This proves to be a highly unconventional tactic.
Milker, 10, Looks like we got St John's ambulance. There's one fella down in a bad way, St John's. Oh, is that Michael Palin over there?
Our next masterstroke is to develop a special racing diet.
And there goes Dung Fling over there on its own without a rider. Thinking, what a bunch of mugs these people are. Dung Fling that was, one down over there. What's going on with 12 up there? That's Daisy. What a muck up there, Cookie.
Yeah, well, it looks like he's hanging on for dear life up there.
He's going to be on television all over the world. And all he can think about...
Our fuel injection system is working wonders. Now we're motoring.
I can get my oats later on, then.
Oh!
Lovely.
Thanks, Dave.
Oh, you get some tea, dog.
Just what I wanted.
It's really on. Now, we got someone down. I think that's one of the Mount Barker fellas, too, if I... Not right.
Whilst more eager riders are being carried off, I romp home in second place, 12.5 minutes behind the winner.
They were mucking around giving me mouth to mouth. But...
This is the Indian Pacific. Now that we've crossed Australia from north to south, it'll take us on a 24-hour ride east to Sydney and back on course to the Pacific. A few miles up the Pacific coast is one of Australia's booming exports. It's a soap opera called Home and Away. I'd come to see what makes it so successful and find them short of an actor.
Well, we might just even out that skin tone there and
great.
we'll be laughing.
Action!
The formula seems easy enough. Good, clean entertainment. I think I might be going to change all that.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
Something, a bit of rubber, some
Rich
colour.
curl.
Yeah,
yes,
something
well.
like that might be more the go. Action.
There he is.
Where?
Over there. That's Dylan.
Oh.
No, he's over there.
As the characters loved by millions go through their paces, I slip into something subtle. Now, where's my dialogue coach?
Action.
I may have only been given 2 lines, but they're pretty tricky. Sorry, I was just going to head in for a bit of a dip, and I suddenly... Sorry, I was just going to head in for a bit of a dip, and I suddenly thought... Rehearsal lasts all of 15 seconds. Then it's time to get dressed and go for it. The tension mounts perceptibly.
And action.
Yes, I'm having a dress made. And then I went into a little decorating store. And they had the most amazing selection of imported wallpaper. It was all from overseas, too.
Well, it would, Marilyn, if it was imported.
Donald, and I saw the most perfect wallpaper for your flat. Not too masculine, not too feminine. I just know you're going to take to it like
I just hope they get to my lines before the tide comes in.
Would you like to come and see it?
Sorry, I was just about to head in for a bit of a dip. I suddenly thought... Sorry, I was just about to head in for a bit of a dip. Sorry, too late.
Yes?
Oh, sorry. I'm just going to head in for a bit of a dip, and I suddenly thought, are there sharks in there?
Sharks? No.
Jolly good. Thanks awfully.
Plenty of jellyfish, though!
Oh, thanks. Thanks for the warning.
I model the voice on Hugh Grant, the walk on John Cleese. I wonder if anyone will notice. There's an extra touch of glamour about the harbour today. The Oriana, here on her maiden voyage. I smuggle myself aboard. This seems a perfect way to remember Sydney. And after all I've been through, a perfect way to say goodbye to Australia. New Zealand is separated from Australia by 1,000 miles of the Tasman Sea, named after the first white man to see these islands 350 years ago. Auckland is a city of sailing boats and businesses. It has the comfortable appeal of a little big city. It's a place where you can relax, knowing each day will be much like any other. Which may explain why some people want to throw themselves off buildings. Wrap jumping is the latest example of New Zealand's restless quest for what it thinks it lacks: excitement. Maybe Auckland's just too comfortable. Across the Cook Strait, South Island looks more formidable. 300 miles from Auckland, a ferry runs across from Wellington into a sparsely populated land of fjords and mountains. Surely here, where dark cliffs plunge into the sea and summits rise to meet us, excitement cannot be far away. As I board the southbound train at the little town of Picton, I've a feeling that I'm soon to experience something remarkable. I'm not far wrong. The only other occupants of my coach are a dragon boat team and their supporters returning from a regatta in Wellington.
Step to the side! You better run and hide! Move to the side! LW is alive!
Everybody in the boat, come on, I want to hear you say, "Whoa!"
Whoa!
Everybody in the boat, come on, I want to hear you say, "Whoa! Whoa!
Whoa! Whoa!
Don't stop pedaling, baby, all that pedaling does is crazy.
Wiggle, wiggle! Wiggle, wiggle!
Don't stop pedaling, baby, all that pedaling does is crazy.
Wiggle, wiggle!
By the time we reach the town of Kaikoura, they've worn themselves out. I have to be honest, it's positively refreshing to be amongst shy, retiring New Zealanders again. That is, until I meet the Maoris. The Maoris have a distinctive way of making you welcome. Before they can trust you, they have to issue the Maori challenge. The Maoris arrived in these islands over 1,000 years ago. The challenge is still issued when an outsider is received into the tribe. Today it's my turn. The branch of peace is laid on the ground. Once I've picked it up, I and my Maori sponsors can advance towards the marae, the Maori meeting place for the next stage of the ceremony. This I'm not looking forward to. Every outsider is required to give a speech and sing a song. My mind goes blank, then for some reason spins back to my childhood.
You talk about traditions here and about a feeling of place being very important, a sense of where you belong. So I thought I would sing you very briefly a verse from a song that was written at the founding of the school that I went to in Shrewsbury in England, and it was written in the year 1552 for the founder of the school, King Edward. My only apology is that it's in Latin. I don't know if anyone here can translate. Maybe Rick will be able to translate into Maori later. Anyway, I'm only inflict one verse upon you, so it is the school song of Shrewsbury School.
Rex Edwade te canamus pium fundatorem nexo dale siliamus resonans sororem floreat, floreat, floreat salopia.
Thank you. With head held high, I was able to go on to the hongi, the rubbing of noses which marks the acceptance of the stranger.
Head, yeah?
This may look like just another quaint tradition, but the reality is that Maori power and influence has never been stronger. In Kaikoura, they own and run fishing and tourist operations. They're building a new harbour. Next morning, I join one of their enterprises. I've hired a boat and a guide called Snow. We're on the lookout for sperm whales attracted inshore by favourable currents, deep water and abundant food.
Just looking out for that spout's what we're doing for a starter, but yep, there he is up over there.
That's quick.
He's just come up from a dive. He's been down for the last 50 minutes kind of hunting on the bottom looking for food. He's breathing every 15 seconds, pretty much getting rid of all the carbon dioxide, nitrogen in his body that he's kind of accumulated over that last dive. And now he's just pretty much reoxygenating his bloodstream, getting ready to go down for that next 50 minutes.
How do you know when he's going to die?
Well, just before he dives, you'll kind of do a shallow dive, take that last breath.
Yeah, there he
blow out,
right.
blow out, and then he's away now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
that's beautiful, isn't it?
Magnificent.
God.
Yep.
The further south you go in New Zealand, the more like home it becomes, and the more I'm tempted to regress to the erratic days of my youth. An outing on the river in Christchurch is like a dream sponsored by the British Tourist Board. Every cliché is ripened by the soft summer sun. And the clichés don't stop here, as I discover when our coach heads on across the island next day. It's almost as if someone somewhere knows I've been away from home for too long. As we near the southernmost point of our circle, the number of people on the Pacific Rim is dwindling fast. They seem to have been largely replaced by sheep. For every man, woman and child in New Zealand, there are 14 sheep. They fill up the wide empty spaces of the Southland until it gets too wild even for them. Ahead of us is Mount Cook, highest peak in Australasia.
So we don't want to stand on there, but we can stand over here.
On the Tasman Glacier, I'm taught how not to fall down a crevasse.
And then we can just take a big step across. Right, and we can carry on up to the next one.
This is the easy bit. Not all the 17-mile-long glacier is walking country. We need aerial assistance. This is tough country. Sir Edmund Hillary, the conqueror of Everest, and perhaps the most famous New Zealander of them all, trained among these ice fields and rock walls. A hard, demanding environment like this strikes a deep chord in the New Zealand psyche, which brings us back to excitement. In Queenstown, excitement comes in a marketing package labelled adrenaline activities. It's not just a New Zealand phenomenon. People from all over the world come to this beautiful place to be nearly killed. For only 30 quid, you can be driven straight at a rock. The great thing about jet boating is that if you wet yourself, no one will ever know. If you survive this, and most people do, you can still throw yourself off a bridge and be home in time for dinner. People throw themselves off the Kawara suspension bridge at the rate of 50 or 60 a day.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, see ya! 4, 3, 2, 1.
I talked to A.J. Hackett, the man who sold bungee jumping to the world, at the place where it all began.
One of the things I made a point of doing at the beginning was making sure anybody could do it. The last thing I wanted was it was just a thing for men with big muscles and big penises, if you like. It wasn't for me. It's not what it's about. And so we encouraged from day one, first of all, women to jump. Then anybody who had a physical handicap would encourage them to jump and spend a lot of time with them, harnessing them up so it'll be nice and comfortable and throw them off. And we've had a policy from day one where anybody over 60 jumps for free.
You want to touch the water? You want to touch water? You're crazy. Good luck. Good luck. I hope everything works. Can you go like this? Go like this. Okay. Like that. All the way down, you've got the whole...
Strong. Strap them on. Here we go. Look into the bridge in front, Keith. That's your target, okay? And just a nice, comfortable dive out. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Magic.
Oh, we'll do it.
That should do something. Okay, Tommy. Over here we have a video camera on you. A little wave over here. Okay. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. Look out here to the bridge. Okay, big push on one. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more. We've had the trial. Here we go. This one. Look into the bridge. This time look straight up. Don't look down anymore. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Let go. This. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Apparently they don't get many people over 36 jumping. I suppose it's fear. But I like to think it's wisdom. Dunedin Station on a wet, grey day. Robbie Burns' statue confirms Dunedin's origins. This is Scotland in the South Pacific. It's also the proud possessor of what is considered New Zealand's leading university, the University of Otago. I visit Selwyn College to see what it is that pulls the cream of New Zealand's youth to this far corner of the South Island. I've arrived at the start of the academic year, and already new undergraduates are learning some valuable lessons in life. Then there's a freshman's run. I need the exercise, so I ask if I can join them. I feel like the Monty Python definition of a medieval king, the only one who hasn't got shit all over him. The run starts normally enough, then takes an interesting turn.
Well, guys, we're enjoying it. Oh, we're loving it.
Then I'm told the awful truth. I've got myself into one of the oldest initiation ceremonies at the university, the Leith Run.
Let's go!
The Leith Run isn't a run at all, more of a hobble. And just in case the students are enjoying themselves too much, their elders and betters are on the bank, adding eggs and flour to the painful recipe.
Higher education.
Looking on the bright side, it's been a useful chance for me to meet New Zealand's philosophers, brain surgeons, judges and prime ministers of the future. I only hope they remember me. I shan't forget them. So, how's the journey going so far, Mike?
Having had the benefits of an English public school education, I understand pain and pointless exercise. But second to camel mustering, that's the most uncomfortable hour I've spent.